Hello friends, today we will learn the next point of the current electricity in that galvanometer. Use of that galvanometer to measure very small electric current in the electric circuit. When we can see that moving coil galvanometer, at that time it contains a pivoted coil which is between the horseshoe magnet. When current flowing through the coil, at that time there is the deflection and we measure the electric current in the circuit. On the screen there is a range R given, and where the deflection is, at that time we measure the electric current in the circuit. This moving coil galvanometer is used as a ammeter or a voltmeter. That means we measure the current and voltage also. First we learn how it is used as a moving coil galvanometer as an ammeter. For uses of that galvanometer as an ammeter, always remember that the moving coil galvanometer is always connected in a series with the resistance at which we want to measure the electric current. That means if this is the resistance and here we want to measure the electric current, at that time that moving coil galvanometer is connected in a series. When we say that moving coil galvanometer as an ammeter, that means it is used as an ammeter. At that time some modifications are necessary. In that its current capacity, this moving coil galvanometer, its current capacity must be increased as compared to desired value. Its resistance must be decreased. We can say that ammeter is an ideal when the resistance is 0. At that time we can say that, or very low. At that time we can say that ammeter as an or that ammeter is an ideal ammeter. Again, the third modification in that we protect that moving coil galvanometer from the possible damage, and for that we use a shunt resistance. This shunt resistance is always parallel to that moving coil galvanometer. Now we can see the uses of this shunt resistance. This shunt resistance, the first use, it divert the excess current which are passing through the moving coil galvanometer. The second use, it decrease the resistance of that coil, and the third application or third use of this shunt resistance, it increase the range of that ammeter. These are the uses of this shunt resistance and modification we can see. Now we learn about the shunt resistance. That means if suppose here we want to measure the shunt resistance at that time, or we want to measure the current and we connect that galvanometer in a series, then at this point when we apply a Kirchhoff's first law, that means at this point the current I is equal to what? Current flowing through the galvanometer Ig, current flowing through the shunt resistance, that is Is. That is I is equal to Ig plus Is, and from this Is is equal to what? Is is equal to I minus Ig, this one. Now we apply here Kirchhoff's voltage law. If we can consider this is the tracking, and when the direction, this is the direction of conventional current and this is the tracking direction, that means direction of tracking and conventional current are in the same direction, at that time the potential difference has a negative sign, and so potential difference at this galvanometer, that is Ig into G, it should having a minus sign. Why it should have a minus sign? Because it is along the direction of conventional current, and here that is current through the shunt resistance Is and resistance of that Is, and it is opposite to that of conventional current. That means this is the direction of conventional current and tracking is opposite direction. So there is a plus sign equal to 0. And from this we write here ISS equal to Ig into G. Value of Is is, what is the value of Is? Is having a value I minus Ig into one bracket S equal to Ig into G. Here S is nothing but the shunt resistance. That shunt resistance S equal to Ig upon I minus Ig into G. This is the equation for the shunt resistance through the moving coil galvanometer. If this current flowing through the circuit that is equal to N times of Ig, that means we substitute this value here, that shunt resistance S equal to Ig upon N times Ig minus Ig into bracket G. That means this Ig is the common term and it will be the comes outside and it will be cancelled, and so we write here S equal to G upon this Ig cancel. Instead of Ig here remain is N and instead of Ig 1. That means this Ig in the denominator, numerator, they are cancel each other and we write here S is equal to G upon N minus 1 into G. This is the first point in which the current flowing through that moving coil galvanometer is N times of Ig. If suppose this is the shunt resistance in terms of N times of Ig current, if we substitute the value of Ig from this, what is the value of Ig? Ig is equal to, in second point we solve the equation that Ig is equal to what? Ig is equal to, from this we write here I minus Is, and we should get this equation and substitute the value of Ig. That means ISS equal to, Ig's value is how much? Ig's value is I minus Is and into what is G. Now we can find out here fraction of a electric current through the resistance. That means if multiply by this G here, ISS equal to Ig minus, that is G, or we write G after, that is Is and G. When this ISG is minus sign, it comes here. That means we write here, that is ISS plus ISG equal to Ig. Here Is is the common term, so Is in bracket S plus G equal to Ig. And from this, if we can take here, this current is the numerator, it goes to denominator, we write here ISI equal to G upon S plus G. This equation is called as a fraction electric current through the shunt resistance. And here we learn how to that galvanometer is used as an ammeter. Always remember that when we can use that ammeter, galvanometer as an ammeter, at that time that galvanometer is connected in a series with the resistance where we want to measure the electric current. Thank you.